about somebody who is stuck and feeling like there is no way to deal with a conflict or some sort of it's like a multiple things happening all at the same time to create a situation that you would otherwise not expect to face. Like, oh, well, I already promised that I would do something with a close friend, but I didn't realize that my family would be in town. So you feel drawn to reconsider whether or not you should stick to the original plan. So I feel like you have to be a little bit creative to get out of this or to find a way to not upset anyone. And even though, tiptoeing is not really my favorite imagery, I do feel like there's someone here who's figuring out a way to tiptoe around the problem and improve the situation or avoid upsetting everybody. And considering we're about to go into the holidays and, family expectations are big around this time of year, it could be because of that. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com, and you can find that in the description box, along with more information on how to become a member and get access to more content. I do have more of the candles I made, trying to see how they do, so I will update you all on that as well in probably like the next week or two. All right, let's dive in with the energy oracle and see what else we've got for you. Hey Rick, how are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. Did everyone enjoy their weekend? All right, so we have the Caring Connections card and the woman holding a heart. So this is likely a love reading and somebody who is trying to find a way perhaps to navigate an argument or make sure that there's a compromise that works for both parties. So with this High Priestess card leading the reading, I think we've got a fair amount of emphasis placed on one's intuition and trying to understand things in a deeper way. We do have very loving energy coming through with both the woman holding a heart and the angel of love. To me, this is signifying that both parties are interested in doing right by and demonstrating that they care for their partner. So very positive, even if there is a conflict or a frustration right now. So there could be someone here who has put the two of you in a difficult situation because they were not honest. This could be like realizing when you show up at your family's place that they're making the two of you sleep in separate rooms, or not being clear with you about what time things start or where you're supposed to be, conflicting schedules. There's an issue here that has to be worked out by the two people in the relationship, but has been created by a family member. So, what? That never happens, Carmen. Hello, Paul. How are you doing? Hello, Black. What's up? Please call me Carmen. Of course I do. I wouldn't do something I don't believe in. Hello, Kevin. How are you doing? That's a very deep question for early on a Monday morning, Eric. Hello, Saeed. How are you doing? Hello, Brian. Hello, is it Jouy? Do I say it like kind of French? Oh, there's probably a better way to figure that out. I don't know if I'm the best one to explain that to you. So look, there's definitely attraction, but sadness in this love relationship. And I do feel like the sadness is tied to something that happened before the two of you met, and therefore could be that family situation, right? Things are going well in the relationship, but it's complicated by someone who is volatile or unpredictable, perhaps makes things difficult when they don't need to. And this feels like a family member. So it's you know, can you be patient with me while I try to navigate this family problem? And we'll find some sort of solution, right? Hello, Shelly. How are you doing? Hello, Grindhard. What's up? Yeah, I don't have to answer your questions, Eric. I'm just going to tell you that I sleep very well at night because I know that what I do with good intentions. So, can't say that for a lot of people out there. Hello, Symbiotic. How are you doing? We're getting all philosophical this morning. What was I trying to say there? So look, we've got a little bit of concern over how somebody is going to meet the family. So this could be like the first time you're meeting your partner's family, or you're just concerned because perhaps the first time you met this individual, it was already a little bit uncomfortable or strange. But we do have this, I feel like, road trip that somebody is fearing or knows could get a little bit uncomfortable because they know how their family gets. So it's like, please don't ruin this for me, family. Hello, MSR. How are you doing? Hello, Lee. How are you? Hello, Fuzz. Hello, Mavis. How's your day? Oh, excuse me. We have the Three of Pentacles. This is that family energy. It's like someone gave you the wrong directions or told you it was, you know, a different hotel, gave you the wrong time. They complicate these travels or make it so that you have to rework something, perhaps in order to still be able to see the other person's family or your family, right? This is like, oh, well, I didn't know I was going to have to get my own hotel room, or I didn't know that you had, you know, those rules, or you didn't let us know that we needed to be able to dress up for a real fancy restaurant. We thought we would be eating at your place. There's just like a lack of preparedness for what the family has planned or what they expect. Hello, Ruben. How's it going? Aw, you can't even type it without a typo, though. I'm sorry. Hello, Sire. How you doing? Thank you, Rick. So the thing is, I think there's a deep commitment here to each other in this relationship, with an understanding that there's someone who's unpredictable, someone who may have an unreasonable expectation or some rules that are ridiculous, you know. What's that movie, Meet the Parents? You know, where you're kind of like, oh, nice to meet you. I wasn't really expecting to do a lie detector test, but if that's what we do here, if that's what your family tradition is. I love Francisco. How are you doing? Thank you. Hello, NLA. Aw, no, but I wouldn't be ashamed if I were. So we've got the Eight of Wands and the Three of Swords in the reverse. Eight of Wands is in the reverse as well. Yeah, this just feels to me like somebody purposefully withholds information or gives the wrong information, expecting that it would cause drama for you and wanting to, like, I don't know, make it more difficult for you to show up ready with, you know, the right dress code in mind, all of that. And it's because this family member likes to create drama. Of course I can. Thank you, Sire. Guidance on love. And I think you already know this, but just to clarify for those that may not, I start those personal questions at about 30 minutes in after the general reading is done. Hello, Vishal. How are you doing? Hello, Boots. Who's doing that? Are you talking about me? Clarify. 8 of Cups in the reverse. Knight of Cups in the reverse and the 2 of Pentacles. Yeah, this is saying there's absolutely somebody who wants to make you feel like you're not welcome or that you did it wrong or you showed up late, make you miss, you know, the important part. It's like telling you that church starts at 10 when it really starts at 9 so that you walk in when everybody, you know, can judge you. But we've got someone who's actually quite capable and expects there to be some sort of shenanigans. So it's almost like this has happened to this person before, you know, like whenever I try to introduce an important person to my aunt, there's some sort of weird thing that happens and it's like drama follows this person everywhere. So it's like maybe I'm gonna have a set of, you know, spare set of clothes ready to go, or you know, a card that I can say happy birthday to just in case I forgot someone and they're upset with me. It's like I'm preparing for the random things because I know this person likes to make me feel like I'm not, you know, doing it right. Hello. How's it going with the questions? Yeah, so here's my take on it, and then I'm gonna ask you to like kind of chill out on the live chat because I am trying to do a general reading. Your goal seems to be to prove that this doesn't work, and if that's your goal, that's cool. We're probably just gonna have to agree to disagree. But the reason that I always put a little asterisk on predictions, especially for personal questions, is we do have free will. We do have the ability to veer off of the highway that seems most likely, just like you could choose to take the back roads instead of the main highway, you know, on your way home from work if traffic is weird. People have that ability and that free will. But you also have a pretty strong ability to predict things when you're looking at clues from a person's previous behavior and any recent changes. So, respectfully, if it's not your thing, that's totally fine. But there's a lot that you can tell from somebody's energy, and there are people that are fully capable of change. So, we have to accommodate for both, right? So, we've got a person who feels like anxiety is approaching a 9 or a 10. They tried to do the right thing, whether it's requesting the time off from work that they need or being able to have the right outfits. Do I have, you know, a fancy enough dress to get into the local, like, top drawer restaurant? Or, you know, do I have clothes if we're going to be painting Grandma Susie's bedroom? I want to make sure that I have, you know, like a throwaway t-shirt, that kind of thing. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hello, NLA. For the personal questions on the live stream, people generally tip anywhere from like $3 to $10. But for personal readings where I record a video for you and you alone see that, or whoever you want, that starts at $40 USD. Hey, Vishal. I'm not entirely sure if it's just you're seeing the lighting from the candle, but I don't think that's accurate. Hello, Christopher. How are you doing? So we've got the 5 of Cups. Wow, and the 5 of Swords in the reverse. 2 fives. Fives talk about change. Hello, Priyanka. How are you doing? Thank you for the tip. We'll take a look at Mokuldev's feelings for you today. And next action. How's the weather in England? Thank you, sire. So look, with the 2 fives, as I mentioned, fives are associated with change. So there could be a lot of upheaval with regards to the plans, who's invited. This could be like somebody who's saying, hey, thank you for volunteering to host Thanksgiving. I know when you originally signed up to do it, there were only going to be 7 of us total, but I've decided to invite, 3 other people. I hope you don't mind. That would be really stressful for somebody who was already planning for, a specific number of people. Now you have to make sure you have enough dinner rolls, the turkey's big enough, do you need to have like a different kind of vegetable option? Are there dietary considerations? I feel like this is one of those like, gotcha, like let's see how you handle it if you don't have control over the situation, because someone likes creating that drama or seeing how someone responds under pressure. Hello, how's it going, Dunk? Hello, Allie, what's up? Well, Vishal, you are absolutely entitled to your opinion, but I would say that generally speaking, I get a lot of very positive information from people regarding, like, if they can see auras, for example. But like I said, it's your opinion, right? Hello, how's it going, Sean? We've got the migration card, which is number 15, initiate, beginnings, freedom, adventure, and first step. Yeah, see, I feel like this is that introductory type energy, that first step. Obviously, migration is also talking about some sort of travel. So I do think this is like, I'm trying to bring someone over, introduce them to the family, and I just want it to go well. But I know that this person that I'm related to is going to do something to make it awkward or difficult, because they always do. Oh, I hope that gets better for you. Well, that's a good sign, right, Sean? We have the beloved card, number 24, love, relationships, reciprocity, union, and intertwinement. I feel like we might have somebody who's jealous here. Interesting that the deceit card, this would be the family member, right? The person who doesn't tell you the right information or says like last minute, hey, we're bringing more people, I hope you have enough food. It matches the sorcerer card. So again, this is someone who's trying to create circumstances that cause chaos or problems for the couple, right? The person who wants to introduce you or their person. This is like, okay, well, you could have just like communicated like a normal person and none of this would have been an issue. Or I don't know, if you're inviting someone to someone else's house, like give them a heads up or ask them permission first, right? Right? Oh, Lord. Almost knocked that over. All right, we're gonna go with the Jack-o'-lantern tarot. How's Scotland going? Saida, that is a beautiful question. I would say for me, I really do light up when I see like emotional growth. Often that's associated with somebody who is letting go of a person from the past who wasn't able to treat them well. And when you go from asking, why did that person treat me like that, to accepting that that's just how it was, and you don't really have to know why, you just have to accept that you deserve better than someone who would leave you asking why. When I see that kind of transformation or that confidence come back to life after a disappointment or a sense of betrayal, like that's better than gold. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Dana. I hope all is as well as it can be, and my condolences. Were you close? Hello, is it Micheline? How are you doing? Hello, little ant. Vishal, I'm gonna ask you to try again and come back around tomorrow, but we're gonna have to like switch up the comments, okay? Hello, Lily K, is that right? How are you doing? Hello, Suresh. All right, so we've got the Page of Wands, which talks about communication. The Five of Pentacles, someone who's left out of the group chat, right? Someone who doesn't get the memo when they should. A little, you know, test to see if you can actually handle something. If I keep you out of the loop and you have to, you know, run to the grocery store last minute to make sure that you have enough, you know, I don't know, turkey, mashed potatoes. Wow, writer, are you? Why do you need to know? The real ones know. Hello, Holy Ghost, how are you doing? So we've got this decision that has to be made in the moment, and it could be, you know, do we still go, or do we make some sort of change here now that we know this new information, or do we feel like we can put together a strategy and still navigate what somebody clearly intentioned to cause us to argue? And I think the two of you are able to handle this. I think we've got someone who really likes to see people argue, who wanted to see the two of you argue, or, you know, find a reason to not approve of you if you are this person's partner. This is like, I'm gonna like casually mention that your partner, your spouse, said something about how you look old with a certain haircut, or how those jeans are getting a little bit too tight because you gained some weight. They're like trying to find a way to insult you, but like have a way to claim that they were just, oh, that's not what I was trying to do. So that you get into an argument or you blame them. But I feel like you don't take the bait, or you find a way to get the information that you need anyways. This person's scheming is not going to cause the argument that they anticipate it would. It doesn't cause you to be disliked or put in a bad light, or your person. So they fail. Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Four of Cups. And the Eight of Swords. So now this trouble starter, they realized that what they had been waiting for and hoping for, some sort of argument between the two of you, or you know, going home early because things are not going your way, or maybe they wanted to see somebody cry and be all exasperated. It's not happening. Instead, they're feeling like now they don't know what to do next. This could be because they've been made to, you know, answer for what they've done. People may have a little bit of a judgment on this person for putting you in that situation. Or they may just be disappointed because, you know, I did all of this to try to see a little bit of drama, and the two of you just like worked out a solution, and I got nothing. It's like if you go to see a boxing match, you want to see a fight. This person paid to go see a fight, and then the fight got canceled. But, you know, that's just what happens if you thrive off of the drama of other people. So now we have somebody who feels like they have to come up with a new plan. How else can I cause issues? How else can I get you to fight, or to feel like this isn't a good idea being together? That's apparently what they're putting their energy into. Happy birthday to Matthew, and how are you doing, Chandler? Hello, Rush, how are you doing? Yes. Yeah, you deserve to have somebody that's going to support you through that, and I suppose he's expecting that from you now, huh? My. I don't wish that on anyone. My mom is like my best friend. But it sure does seem like she watches over you, Dana. So this Ace of Cups and the Seven of Cups in the reverse is the clear and obvious loving and caring connection that the two of you have, that is plain for everyone to see, because you do not fall into this trap of getting into an argument. You do not fall into this trap of starting a fight with someone. Y'all have class and this person doesn't. That's what everybody's noticing. Because you aren't going to you know, get into a screaming match or claim something that isn't yours or come through looking like you're super selfish just because someone set you up to do so. Four of Cups is in the reverse. You are actually just fine looking for a different way around. Okay, so you've invited more people over to my house for Thanksgiving. You know what? I actually had a spare turkey. I always keep a spare turkey. You never know when you're gonna need it, you know? Or wouldn't you know, I had a turducken in the freezer. Just pop that bad boy out real quick. This is like, no, because I care about my person, I'm going to keep my cool. I'm going to problem solve. I'm not gonna let you poke the bear. You can poke the bear and, you know, get disappointed. So they're gonna try to come up with something else. They still want to have this argument happen. Hello, Pooja. How are you doing? Black, you're gonna have to call me Carmen. I am nobody's mommy. Hello, bye. How are you doing? This is the Morgan Greer, in case I did not mention that. Yeah, this King of Swords in the reverse is just frustrating. It's like they want everyone to look at them as, you know, pretty kind or generous, but they like to find these little things to cause problems, to cause arguments with other people. I do feel like this is somebody who's single. That or they're very unhappy in their own relationship, but this is someone who feels unloved, and so they feel kind of threatened when there's a really happy relationship around them. They like to find a way to make it less happy, which is, again, a horrible use of time. Hello, April. How are you doing? We've got the Four of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles. Despite all the attempts to create anxiety and make this person look bad, we've got someone passing with flying colors. It doesn't matter that you invited a couple extra people. I have a little extra food. I'll just throw it in the oven. We'll be just fine. What do you got to say about that? We're not fighting. We're just fine. And this person's over here like, dang it. I thought you were going to be mad. Hello, Brandon. How are you doing? Hello, Aviation. What's up? Oh, sorry. Bithia? I hope I said that right. So we have the Ten of Swords. Yeah, wanting to see an argument or see maybe even a couple breakup. Feeling jealous because whoever this King of Swords in the reverse is, I do feel like they are probably single or in a very unhappy relationship. So they kind of live for that moment where they see other people getting into arguments or not being able to handle the situation with grace. We'll go with the situation. Nope, we already did that. What do you want? We'll go with the Gypsy Oracle. On you as well, Andrew. Hello, Salvador. How are you doing? Joyfulness. This is someone who likes to stamp out other people's joy because they are joyless. Room in the reverse. Yeah, it feels to me like we have someone who's trying to put you in an awkward situation where you really have to work harder than you should to achieve something that you are already doing to be nice. Yeah, you were already getting things ready or, you know, letting some families stay with you or offered someone a ride to the family event, but it wasn't enough. It's like, no, I need more. I need you to really go out of your way, and we're going to test to see how much you love this person. But instead of you falling into this trap and looking bad, they end up looking bad because you find a way to fix it. You are calm, you are compassionate, you are delightful. And this other person is like, darn it, why aren't you a jerk? I wanted people to not like you, or I wanted your relationship to be tested, and here you're over here like looking like it's just fine, you know? All right, let's start on those personal questions. So for Sayer, we've got a request for guidance on love. What do we have for guidance on love for Sayer, please? Empress in the reverse. Ace of Pentacles. 10 of Cups in the reverse, 5 of Cups in the reverse, and the Queen of Cups. So there's someone here who is, I see two main options for you coming forward in the next several weeks, or that you are already aware of. The thing is, one of them is almost like dependent or needs someone to kind of like do everything for them. Not that they can't be successful in work or, you know, have their ish together in other ways, but this is someone who wants you to make things easier for them. It's not like a loving connection so much as a, you know, just make my dentist appointments for me and do the dishes or pay the bills. This is like, what can you do for me kind of energy. The second individual, though, this is somebody who is... I feel like they have gone through some sort of traumatic event that made them really question what they want for the next couple of years of their life. What I mean to say for that is I feel like they have more gratitude for every day that they get than this first person. They see an opportunity to be with somebody like you and they treasure it or they value it because of the love or the compassion that you offer, not the things you could do for them. So be looking for that second individual. They're coming through as the Queen of Cups because they are open for that loving energy, both receiving and offering it back. And this is somebody who has gained strength or courage after a very difficult time. So they've probably gone through the dark night of the soul. Hello, Male, how you doing? Or Molly? I can't tell. Is the I before or after? It's before. Hello, buddy. How are you doing? All right, so let's wish luck to Sayer, and we will move on to Priyanka. What are Mokul Dev's feelings today towards Priyanka? Ooh, we have some fear, insecurity coming through. 8 of Cups, the Hierophant in the reverse. This is someone who's not sure. Why the Hierophant in the reverse? So this is someone who feels like they need to be honest with you about what's going on and what they're walking away from. There is a change here in terms of priorities because of someone who lives at a distance. Who is this person at a distance? Is this family? This is like a friend or someone who's kind of like an obligation. But right now I feel like there is an aversion or some avoidance towards you. Is there something else Mokul Dev feels like they need to focus on? Something regarding money or family. So there's a choice being made right now, and it's kind of like I have to focus on something else right now. I don't know that it means there's no interest in you, but I do feel like there's something important that has come up in this person's life. What's the next action towards Priyanka from Mokul Dev, please? The Tower. Justice in the reverse. Page of Wands. I think this is a cancellation. This could be like, hey, we were supposed to talk on the phone, or hey, we were supposed to meet, but I don't think I can do that right now. And I don't think that there's honesty on the reason for canceling. I think there's a little bit of an illusion here. 3 of Swords. It's like, I don't want to hurt your feelings. I don't want you to feel like I don't prioritize you, but there's something else that this person feels like they have to address first. Thank you, Dana. about connection with Bond. Got you. So is there actual like romantic interest here from Mokuldev and Priyanka? Yes. So just sit tight because I do feel like you're going to get information, but right now it's going to seem like there is no interest or soon because of something else that happens. But I don't feel like he wants to tell you what's going on. So it could be very personal or very like somebody else's business in terms of family. All right, and I'm wishing you luck with that, Priyanka. What do we have for Dana regarding the connection with Bond? What does Dana need to know regarding the connection with Bond? Wow, this is a very like consistent message. Bond has been dealing with introspection because there's a lesson or several that have been learned regarding, hey, you know, I knew I shouldn't have done that, or I kind of thought that was a bad idea, and then I did it anyways. What if I actually listened to my intuition? What if I avoided all of those problems because my intuition was trying to like clue me into that from the beginning anyways? So I feel like this is a greater appreciation for intuition and communication. Knight of Swords in the reverse. There's something that he has not said that he wants to say, but he knows he needs to find the right time. With the Six of Swords, it's like I'm waiting for the right time, waiting for the kitchen timer to go off, you know, waiting for things to kind of cool off or for him to get through something major. Because at this time, he still feels like he's being a little bit, like there's still something he needs to figure out. Yeah. A lot of introspection, though. Very good sign. Focus on personal growth, you know? Oh, I'm sorry you feel that way. Hello, Ray. How are you doing? Hey, Mamie. What's going on? I hope you're having a good day. Bithia, thank you for the tip. Let me know if you've got a question, please. Or if you want me just to pull a few random cards and see what comes out for you. Ah, there we go. I've got it. Husband left and I still hold a feeling sad. All right, I got you, Bithia. What does Bithia need to know regarding husband, the one who left? King of Wands in the reverse. The Sun, the Queen of Wands, Four of Wands in the reverse, Three of Swords in the reverse, the Star. Does this mean he wants to try again? There is still a lingering connection between the two of you. You are not the only one who feels it. The thing is, we have a challenge here where I do feel like there's a lot of healing going on for your ex, or for, you know, the person who walked away here. They let the anger that they were feeling really just kind of like take over them and allow for them to forget the happiness. It took up too much space in their mind. And I do feel like this person, with regards to those resentments, they started to see the negative. In other words, no longer giving you the benefit of the doubt. The thing is, now with this distance, there's been some healing and some change in perspective, even some instability pertaining to you no longer being around or them not being with you. And I do think that this has helped them to become a little bit more aware of that intuition. Be honest with themselves that maybe they had been blaming you for things that weren't your fault. Yeah. I got angry at you and I blamed you, but I realize now that that's really just because I didn't know how else to deal with that anger. So we have someone who's at a crossroads right now regarding your relationship, trying to figure out what the right step forward is. Nine of Cups in the reverse. Has this person got good intentions? Right now, no. I think they're miserable and wanting to have something to cheer them up. So in particular, my advice would be to not offer physical intimacy, because what they really want is that emotional intimacy, but it's like, you know, what can I actually get? What is going on with my cards? Your ex feels stuck. Are these intentions going to become good intentions? Yes. So this is a half-cooked burrito. Let them hang out in the microwave a little bit longer. You know, when that burrito just is still cold in the middle, there's a little bit more time or a little bit more processing required on this healing. But I do feel like this person is coming around. You got to keep some boundaries in place right now and allow for that change and that realization. Oh, what I really need is that emotional intimacy that I pushed away, and I think I know how I can fix that, right? All right. For Dina, will he come back and should I accept? At this time, this person's still too focused on you hurt me kind of energy. Blaming you perhaps unnecessarily or unfairly. Not wanting to accept responsibility for the part that they played in this. But I do feel like at some point this is going to change and they're going to start to accept more responsibility. However, I don't see it being anytime soon. I think it takes quite a long time. Yeah, their ability to grapple with their own emotions and then act on that is stunted or not a priority. I feel like there's someone else here who walks into your life who shows more capacity for emotional connection that may sweep you off your feet before this other person's able to really figure out how to approach things with you. Hey, Aqua Beauty, how's it going? What do we have for 5 dimes for the job? We've got the Justice card, Strength, and 7 of Cups, 3 of Wands. This seems like kind of average advice, but I feel like this is saying you're on the right track. There's a decision that you're going to need to be patient regarding. They're going to leave you with a little bit of ambiguity or a lack of clarity on what next steps are, and then I think they come back around with an offer. The important thing is to make sure that you are casting a wide enough net or you know, able to talk yourself out of negative thinking if you are just in that stage where you've already got the job, you just don't know it yet. But I do feel like there's a little bit of a delay or something that makes you feel like something isn't going well when it really is. You're so welcome, Alice. I hope you're having a good day. Sounds good, Dina. First time I talked on call. Ooh, how did that go? I hope that went well. Should we take a look and see how he felt about it? How did Michael Grove feel about the phone call with Priyanka? And thank you for the tip. Queen of Pentacles. Very much so sees you as a high value individual or someone that they are lucky to know. We've got the King of Wands, attraction. I feel like this is, I like how your voice sounds. And looking at you as a very honest individual. So these are positive, but yeah, it does feel like there's some major change that's going on in his life, which makes for kind of like difficulty here as far as making plans or finding a way to see you, but I do feel like at some point that's going to become the priority again. Oh, no parents. That would be difficult. Hello, Leanne. How are you doing? Hello, Key Controller. Hello, Martin. All right, I'm getting hungry. I gotta go eat some food. I love you all. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes. Thank you for hyping if you're able. And I'll see you on the next reading. Toodles.